So, feet together, hands in prayer, look in the mirror, contemplate for a moment, salute to the sun. Let's try, please. Arms stretch up towards the ceiling. It's an upward stretch, really. Lift up, chest up, stretch up, and now a gentle backward bend. So lift your chin, lift your chest, drop your head back, soften your glutes, micro bend your knees, and gently push your stomach, hips, thighs forward. Inhale, come back up. Stretch up, look forward, hinge from your hips. Go down with your back as flat as possible. Bend your knees when you need to. Maybe hands on your thighs, or maybe you can get your hands on the floor. And as close as you can without strain, forehead to your knees. Carefully squat down with your heels in the air, rounded spine, forehead to your knees. Right leg steps back, head up. Left leg steps back, shoulders away from your ears. You could have your knees on the floor if you need to. Carefully, left arm rotates up towards the ceiling, and then bring your left arm back down to the mat. Right arm reaches up towards the ceiling, and then bring your right arm back down to the mat. From the high plank to the low plank, where you're hovering in the air. If it's available, have the top of your feet on the floor for upward facing dog. Shoulders down and back, look up and look back. Carefully back yourself up into downward facing dog. It's perfectly okay to bend your knees, have your heels in the air, looking towards the belly. Bring yourself back to high plank. Right foot carefully steps up in between your hands with both hands on the floor, forehead to your right knee. Left foot steps up to match the right foot with both hands on the floor, forehead to knees. Stomach in. Carefully come back up to standing position with your hands in prayer. Please make sure you have your balance before continuing. There are only 2 more steps. Arms stretch up towards the ceiling. It's an upward stretch. Lift up, chest up, stretch up, and now a gentle backward bend. Lift your chin, lift your chest, drop your head back, soften your glutes, micro bend your knees, gently push your stomach, hips, thighs forward. Inhale, come back up, hands in prayer, arms down side. Okay, let's try this again. Notice the different second set. Feet together, hands in prayer, look in the mirror, contemplate for a moment, salute to the sun. Arms stretch up towards the ceiling. It's an upward stretch. Lift up, chest up, stretch up, backward bend. Lift your chin, lift your chest, drop your head back, soften your glutes, micro bend your knees, gently push your stomach, hips, thighs forward. Inhale, come back up. Stretch up, look forward, hinge from the hips. Go down with your back as flat as possible. Maybe hands on the thighs, maybe hands on the floor. Forehead to your knees. If you can, squat down, heels in the air, rounded spine, forehead to your knees. Right leg steps back, head up. Left leg steps back, shoulders away from your ears. Left arm rotates up towards the ceiling, opening your chest and your rib cage. Left arm back down to the mat. Right arm, reach up, chest up, stretch up. Right arm down to the mat. From high plank to low plank, hovering in the air, mastering gravity. Top of the feet on the floor, upward facing dog, shoulders down and back. Look up and look back. Carefully back yourself up into downward facing dog. Bent knees is perfectly fine. Heels in the air. It's all right. And then bring yourself back to high plank. Right foot carefully steps up in between your hands. Both hands on the floor. Forehead to your right knee. Left foot steps up to match the right foot. Both hands on the floor. Forehead to knees. Stomach in. Carefully come back up to standing with hands in prayer. There are 2 more steps. Please make sure you have balance. Arms stretch up towards the ceiling, upward stretch. Really lift up, chest up, stretch up, backward bend. Lift your chin, lift your chest, drop your head back, soften your glutes, micro bend your knees. Gently push your stomach, hips, thighs forward. Inhale, come up, hands in prayer. Arms down side. Just notice the difference already in the flow of your energy. Half moon pose. Feet together. Arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock fingers. Release your index fingers. Cross your thumbs. Stretch up towards the ceiling several times. Right and left. Right and left. Right and left. You should feel stretching down both sides of the body all the way up to your fingertips. In other words, you're trying to stretch up from the lowest part of the spine and try and touch the ceiling right and left, right and left, right and left. Please stop in the middle, elbows locked, arms with your ears, lower ribs pulled in, knit together, tailbone pointing down, creating a straight spine. Inhale, stretch up, and slowly bend your body to the right without bending your elbows or the knees. Watch yourself really carefully in the mirror. If your body starts to twist or arch or slump, you're just going too far in the pose. Keep your chin away from your chest. Keep your arms with your ears to prevent your back from arching. Some of your spines are really starting to arch. Can you notice it? Keep your lower ribs pulled in and your tailbone pointing down so it's more of a side bend and less of an arch. Left hip forward, two hips in one line. Right shoulder forward, two shoulders in one line. That's good, Rob. Come down and push and push and push. Inhale, come back up. As soon as your body goes too far, it will contort by arching, slumping, your chin will come down or something. Lower ribs pulled in, tailbone pointing down. Inhale, stretch up, and slowly bend your body to the left without bending your elbows or the knees. So the stiff people like myself, their spine starts arching. You can prevent that by keeping your lower ribs pulled in and knit together. If your chin has come down, if your arm has come forward, that's a bit of a slump. Chin away from your chest. Arms with your ears. Nice and easy, Linda. Looks perfect, Kate. Right hip forward if you need to. Little bit, Leslie. Arms back. Left shoulder forward if necessary. Good. Now notice it's much more of a side bend. Come down and push and push and push. Inhale, come back up. Now here comes the back bend. Stretch up. Deep breath. Fill your lungs and drop your head back as far as it goes. And see how much you can relax your neck and shoulders right now. Now from the lowest part of the spine, really lift up, chest up, stretch up, take another deep breath and arms back. Keep your chest lifted. Push your stomach, hips, thighs forward. Arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Inhale, come back up. Bend your knees and carefully go down. Hands on the floor, feet flat. Move your hips. Right and left, right and left. One of the best things that a person can do for the health of their brain are any of these inversions. Notice what happens if you're able to get your brain below your heart. Now, if you're not, it's not worth forcing anything. But the amazing benefits to your brain happen when you get your brain below your heart. It's called an inversion. You might notice it already. You're getting more oxygen to your brain. You're getting more nutrition to your brain. It's taking away the waste products. All you have to do is keep your balance and keep breathing as we transition to hands to feet pose, different for everyone. Elbows behind your legs. If you're able to get your elbows behind your legs, you're one of the lucky ones. Otherwise, just struggle, struggle, struggle with your elbows. They're always trying to come out to the side. Elbows behind your legs. Grab what you can for your body. Maybe it's on the calf muscle. Maybe it's near your ankle. Maybe you're one of these people who can have your elbows behind your legs and grab the heels at the same time. Everyone's body is different. Don't judge your body. Just learn how to notice it. Eventually you learn how to accept it. Stomach on your thighs, chest on your knees, face on the legs, below the knees. Our society tells everyone, including supermodels, not to accept their own body. Yoga will teach anyone how to accept their own body. Just see if you can get your stomach on your thighs. If you're not able to, it's okay, but that's your only point of focus. Once you get your stomach on your thighs, you can get your chest on the knees, and eventually your face on the legs, below the knees. Release your neck, shoulders away from your ears, eyes open, getting close, Michelle. If you feel good, pull harder. Slowly, gently roll the body weight forward into your toes with your stomach on your thighs. and your chest on the knees, and the face on the legs, below the knees. Everything in our culture is telling you to force this. Learn how to not force this. Suck your stomach in, carefully disengage and come back up. Arms down by your side. So you're programming your conditioning since you were 6 years old is to not accept yourself in forced poses. We can easily get over that. Second set, feet together. Arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. If you want to have more energy, try doing less of the pose without contorting. Lower ribs pulled in, tailbone pointing down. Inhale, stretch up. Slowly bend your body to the right. Are you able to allow yourself to do less of the bending and more focus on breathing and alignment? Chin away from your chest, arms with your ears. A lot of you are going into a very familiar arch. Notice that you're going into an arch, Michelle. Notice that your whole upper body is starting to twist. You can prevent this from happening. Chin away from the chest, arms with the ears, lower ribs pulled in, tailbone pointing down. Left hip forward, 2 hips in one line. Right shoulder forward, 2 shoulders in one line. Looks perfect, Sherry. Come down and push, and push, and push. Inhale, come back up. Looks perfect, Linda. Lower ribs pulled in, tailbone pointing down. Inhale, stretch up. Slowly bend your body to the left. Just do less of the pose that your ego wants. Keep your chin away from your chest. Push your hips to the right. Notice, Paul, you have gone so far, way too far. You're like in New York State now. Chin away from your chest, arms with your ears. Perfect, Neil. Right hip forward if you need to, left shoulder forward if necessary. Come down and push, and push, and push. Inhale, come back up. Wow, Paul, you went all the way to Nevada. Stretch up, deep breath, fill your lungs, drop your head back as far as it goes. I just wanted you to go to Auburn, Massachusetts. Now from the lowest part of the spine, really lift up, chest up, stretch up, arms back. Try and touch the wall behind you. Keep your chest lifted. Soften your glutes and gently push your stomach, hips, thighs forward. Arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Inhale, come back up, bend your knees, carefully go down, hands on the floor, feet flat. Here's where the magic happens. Where the magic happens is when a person decides they're going to accept themselves for who they are right now. Doesn't matter who you used to be. It doesn't matter what you used to do. I used to work in a grocery store. I used to have a lemonade stand. I used to be a butcher's apprentice. I used to work in real estate. None of that stuff matters now. Your past, it doesn't matter what you could do in gymnastics class. It doesn't matter what you can do when you were captain of the football team. What matters is, can you connect your current mind with the body that you have today? And you can. And it's really not hard. Good luck. Hands to feet pose, elbows behind your legs. For most people, we struggle and struggle, and elbows are never going to go behind the legs, but you never stop trying. Elbows behind your legs. Grab where you can. This is where the magic happens, when you get your stomach on your thighs. If you're not able to get your stomach on the thighs, don't force it. It's only going to aggravate things. But if you can get your stomach on your thighs, then your back muscles, they already understood that they could release in this position. So it's not about forcing the next part. Just try to get your stomach on the thighs. Now once you're there, you got to keep that. The next step would be chest on the knees. This may or may not be possible for you. And then eventually face on the legs below the knees, eyes open. You feel good, you pull harder. All you got to do in any pose is learn how to keep your balance and keep breathing, and eventually the tall guy will stop talking. Pull harder, eyes open. Slowly, gently roll the body weight forward into your toes, and try and touch your face on your legs below your knees. Suck your stomach in, carefully disengage and come back up. Awkward pose. Open your feet 6 inches apart, parallel lines between your feet. Look in the mirror in front of you. Bring your arms forward and up, parallel to the floor. Stretch your arms forward, shoulders down and back. Exhale, breathing. Suck your stomach in, hold it in, sit down, feet flat, until your hips touch the chair, spine straight. 100% body weight on your heels. Good. Lift your chest up and your total spine. Backward bending. Suck your stomach in. It's the most simple pose in the whole standing series. It doesn't make it easy. Chest up, chin up, lean back, fall back, way back, more back, go back. Inhale, come back up. Beautiful. Stand all the way up on your toes. Maximum body weight on the big toe. Everything stretching up towards the ceiling. Use the wall or the ballet bar if you're having trouble. Sit down on top of the toes, spine straight. Start to finish, hips and head touching the wall. Sit down halfway until your hips touch the chair. Knees up, heels up, chest up, upper body back, spine straight. Higher on the toes, knees up towards the ceiling, sitting on the chair, not below the chair. Inhale, come up. Excellent, Linda. Third part. Come up a little bit on your toes, just a tiny little bit, just enough to bring your knees together. Exhale, stomach in, super slow, slide down the wall, slower than you want to. At least 10 counts. All the way down, leaning against the wall. Sit all the way down your range of motion without pain, and then stop yourself before you feel pain. And then when you're at the bottom of your pain-free range of motion, then come up a half an inch to make sure your legs are fully engaged. Keep your knees together and forward. Keep your knees below your hip sherry, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the legs. Knees together, stomach in, deep breath, slowly come back up. Right foot back, arms down by your side. I couldn't do that pose, so I hated that pose, but it's okay. You don't have to like the poses. You don't have to like yourself. Second set, open your feet 6 inches apart. 6 inches between the heels and the toes. Look in the mirror in front of you. Bring your arms forward and up, parallel to the floor. It's the American dream, self-loathing. Exhale, breathing. Suck your stomach in, hold it in, sit down, feet flat until your hips touch the chair, spine straight, 100% body weight on your heels. If you look at your eyes in the mirror and you smile, and you hold this smile for about 5 minutes and you pay attention, it'll have a tremendous effect on your brain chemistry. Inhale, come back up. Stand all the way up on your toes. I understand, like I'll smile when the class is over. All the way up on your toes. Stretch your spine, chest, head, everything stretching up towards the ceiling. Sit down on top of the toes. See, in Worcester County, we make this very angry face, which tells your brain that you're angry, when really you have no reason to be angry right now. You should be happy because you're alive and it's summer in New England. Inhale, come back up. Third part, come up a little bit on your toes. Bring your knees together. Exhale, stomach in, super slow. Slide down the wall as slow as possible. You don't have to be happy. Contentment is easy, and you can find contentment in simple things in normal life. Keep your knees together and forward towards the mirror. Thighs parallel to the floor. Arms parallel to the legs, spine straight. Knees together, stomach in, deep breath, slowly come back up. Right foot back, arms down side. Eagle pose, good for your joints. Arms over your head sideways, please. Right arm underneath your left arm. Cross at the elbow and twist like ropes. If your shoulders are very tender, it might help you lift your elbows up a little bit. Pull your elbows down. Keep your wrists straight and your thumbs facing you. Elbows down, stomach in, sit down until your hips touch the chair. If your hips are tight, you can bounce a little bit. Upper body back, stay down there. Right leg lift high up over your left leg, as high as possible. Wrap your foot underneath behind your calf muscle if it goes. If it doesn't go, no worries. All you have to do is balance and breathe. Please look amazing. What does the pose feel like? If it's a strain, see if you can back out of it a little bit. Find the place where you can breathe and you can smile and you can notice. Pull your elbows down, upper body back at the end. Change. Arms over your head. Left arm under the right arm. Cross your arms and twist like ropes. Thumbs facing you, little fingers towards the mirror. Pull your elbows down. Suck your stomach in. Sit down until your hips touch the chair. I have a student from Eastern Europe. She says, we don't smile. It's a cultural thing. Otherwise, people would take things away from us. No one's going to take anything away from you. Upper body back, left leg lift high up over the right leg. When I go to yoga, it's like no one can take my smile away. Slowly sit and slowly twist. Bring your knees to the left, upper body to the right. It's just ask yourself, what are the kind of signals that you want to send to your brain? Change. Arms over your head. Second set. Right arm under your left arm. Cross, twist, and pull. Thumbs facing you. Little fingers towards the mirror. Elbows down, stomach in. Sit down until your hips touch the chair. Upper body back. Stay down there. Right leg high up over your left leg. Try to wrap your foot underneath behind your calf muscle. It might be really easy for your body. It might be the biggest challenge of the class. The whole idea is it doesn't matter whether or not you can wrap your foot. The whole point is to accept your foot. Pull your elbows down, stomach in, upper body back at the end. Change. Arms over your head. Left arm under the right arm. Cross at your elbow and twist like ropes. Thumbs facing you, little fingers towards the mirror. Pull your elbows down, stomach in, and sit down until your hips touch the chair. Upper body back, stay down there. Left leg lift high up over the right leg. They say the higher you lift your leg, the easier it is to wrap it. Just do what you can with the legs that you have. Slowly sit and slowly twist. It's really normal for a person to think in one pose the leg is too long, and another pose the leg is too short, but your legs are perfect however long or short they might be. Pull your elbows down, stomach in, upper body back at the end. Change. Arms over your head. All right, halfway through the standing series. If you have a back issue, a hip issue, I can lead you through a variation. Might be very therapeutic. If you know what you're doing, if you can grab your foot without strain, you can go ahead. You don't need to wait for me. Standing head to knee pose. Shift your weight to your left leg. Wipe your hands. Interlock your 10 fingers. Start. Grab your right foot in front of you, 3 inches below your toes. If you can grab your foot with both hands in front of your body and there is no strain, then you can start kicking when you're ready. But there's a lot of people, it's a big challenge. So the variation is keep your body upright. Loosely hold your right shin with your right hand. A tiny bend in your standing knee. If you choose to do the variation, you bring your right knee out to the right, and you're creating incredible therapeutic stretch in the front of your right hip. Notice it, balance there, maybe even breathe into it, and then when you're ready, bring your foot back to start. Now, you might be able to grab your foot, and if not, bring your knee higher, and then bring it out to the side again. And now you're stretching all these amazing muscles behind your hip, and that might be what unlocks the pose. If everything feels good and you're kicking, bend your elbows down, bring your head down, chest down, body down, touch your forehead to your knee. That looks really good, Sarah. Balance, breathe. Okay, and when you've had enough, come back up. Shift your weight to your right leg, wipe your hands, interlock your 10 fingers. Start. Grab your left foot. It might be completely different on the other side. If you can grab your left foot in front of your body, both hands, no strain, you can kick when you're ready. If you have issues like a lot of us do, keep your body upright, loosely hold your left shin, tiny bend in your standing knee. As you bring your left knee out to the left, you're creating incredible stretch in your groin muscle, a little bit the sartorius muscle, left side. Balance there, breathe into it, notice what's happening. Then when you're ready, bring your foot back to the start. Now you might be able to grab your foot. If not, bring your knee higher, bring it out to the side again. Stretching all these amazing muscles behind your hip, like your psoas, your piriformis, and if everything feels good, you're kicking, you can bend your elbows down. You got this, Kate. Heel forward, toes back, stomach in, and maybe it helps you to go more slowly. Other people helps them to go more quickly, and eventually you're going to figure out what is working for you, and then you touch the forehead to the knee with a smile. Inhale, come back up, hands on the back of your hips. I have a student who can do 99% of that pose the right way, but she never smiles. It's part of the pose. Shift your weight to your left leg, wipe your hands, interlock your 10 fingers, start. Grab your right foot. Oh, part of the pose involves the face. Grab your foot. If you can't grab your foot, repeat the variation. If your face is straining, you're working too hard. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently, right leg lift up, stretch forward. If you look in the mirror at your face and it's smiling, a total combined 5 minutes per day, it will have a statistically significant value and benefit. Helps all kinds of people with all kinds of issues. Kicking, breathing, balancing. If you feel good, you might as well finish the pose. You don't have to do anything that you don't want to. When you're ready, come back up. Shift your weight to your right leg. Wipe your hands, interlock your 10 fingers. Start. Grab your left foot. People in our culture are like, why am I not happy? It's because they're not allowing themselves to smile. Grab your foot. You don't have to wait for me. I'll talk about smiling all day if you want me to. Slowly, gently, left leg lift up and stretch forward. You can do your own research. Kick your heel out, turn your toes back. You can do the fake smile like a cheerleader, but it actually works. Kick your heel out, turn your toes back, flex your foot to stretch your Achilles. Everything feels good. Bend your elbows down. Good, Alina, you can do this. Head down, chest down, body down. Touch your forehead to your knee. You've had enough. You come back up. Hands on the back of your hips, that little backward bend. Standing bow. Right hand out, palm facing up, elbow touching the body, grab your ankle, hold the inside, 5 fingers together, palm facing up, left arm up in front of you, a tiny little bend in your knee, look forward into the mirror, inhale, breathing, go. Bring your body down and forward, look forward, kick back, breathe, balance, kick, and stretch. Everybody's favorite pose. It doesn't have to be your favorite pose. Kicking, breathing, balancing, and stretching. It has all of these elements. If you can have a moment noticing, look forward, Leslie, it's going to help you balance. I was just teaching at the senior center. They have this #1 rule. Don't look down, don't look down, don't look down. You look down, you fall down. Look forward, kick back, kick up, kick harder. Body down more, kick back more, body down more. Go and touch the mirror, kick back harder. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. If you need to, stand sideways and use the ballet bar. Body down, kick up one more time. Inhale, come back up. When I was new, I had to use the ballet bar or the wall like for just about every pose. Nobody ever has to do what I say. Left hand out, palm facing up, elbow touching the body. Bring your hand out to the left, grab your ankle, hold the inside, 5 fingers together, palm facing up. Good. Right arm up in front of you, or if you need to, Leslie, hold on to the bar. Just be aware of your proximity to the post in front of you for your safety. Inhale, breathing, go. Bring your body down and forward. Train your eyes to look forward. It could literally save your life. Kicking, breathing, balancing, and stretching. And according to the foot doctor, this is the best pose for the foot. And then she says that your foot affects your ankle, affects your knee, affects your hip, affects your back, affects your neck. So if you have a neck problem, you can trace it back to your foot. Body down more, kick back more, body down more. Go and touch the mirror. Kick back harder. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down, kick up one more time. Inhale, come back up. Bring your left hand out, palm facing up, elbow touching the body. Grab your ankle, hold the inside. Left side, I thought. Is it right side? Now I'm confused. Right side, please. Grab your ankle. Sometimes the teacher gets confused. Left arm up in front of you. I was thinking about shoes. Why don't they allow us to wear shoes that have good support and comfortable? Inhale, breathing, go. Look forward. Bring your body down and forward. Kick back. Good job, Leslie. Breathing, kicking, balancing, noticing how your brain waves, they've already transitioned. It's a more calm, more meditative state with the brain waves. I think that's why everybody says this is their favorite pose. Kicking, breathing, balancing, stretching, kick back, kick up, kick harder. Inhale, come back up. I love this pose. Left hand out, palm facing up, elbow touching the body. Grab your ankle, hold the inside. If you can love the pose, you can love yourself. Right arm up in front of you, tiny little bend in your knee. Inhale, breathing, go. Bring your body down. I'm reading this book probably for the 20th time called Mastery of Love. You've already learned how to master things like pain and anger and suffering. If you want to master love, you need to be able to love yourself. How do you love yourself? By forgiving yourself. Body down, kick back, kick up, kick harder. When you've had enough, kick into your hand and come back up. Good. Stand to the back of your mat for balancing stick. My family asked me, what do I want for Father's Day? I said, I want forgiveness. Feet together. What did you do? Nothing. Feet together. Arms over your head, sideways, palms together. That's why I need to be forgiven. I didn't do anything. Stretch your arms. Lock your elbows. Chin away from your chest. Right leg a little step forward. A little bend in your knee. And go. Body down. Leg up. Chin away from your chest. Arms with your ears. Every muscle contraction. And stretch. And stretch. And stretch. Inhale, go back. Stretch your arms, lock your elbows, chin away from your chest. Left leg a little step forward, a little bend in your knee, and go. Body down, leg up, chin away from your chest, arms with your ears. Every muscle contraction, stretching in opposite direction. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale, go back, and arms down by your side. I have two major religions in my family. One religion, once a year they forgive themselves for everything. The other religion, they never forgive anything ever. Feet together. Arms over your head, sideways, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Stretch your arms, lock your elbows, chin away from your chest. Right leg, a little step forward, a little bend in your knee, and go. Body down, leg up. Come down, leg up. Chin away from your chest. Take your time if you need to. Every muscle contraction, you're on your way, Leslie. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhale, go back. Takes a long time to learn how to balance on one foot. Stretch your arms, lock your elbows. I'm still working on that part. Left leg, a little step forward, a little bend in your knee, and go. Body down, leg up. It doesn't matter how small or big your foot is. It's really hard to balance on one foot. Right leg up, lock your knee, point your toe, and stretch. And stretch, and stretch. Inhale, go back. Nice job. Arms down by your side. Stand on the left side of your mat. There's a lot of people here today. I'm really grateful. One step forward, one step back, one step forward, one step back. In the past, in the summertime, so many people would cancel their memberships, and now people are like, you know what? We need to support local businesses. I am grateful that you thought that. Feet together. Arms over your head, right foot step 4 feet, arms down parallel to the floor, palms facing down. Suck your stomach in and slowly bend your upper body down from the lower spine towards the floor. Keep your chin forward, looking in the mirror, and your knees locked. So big challenges in this pose. Keep your legs extended, keep your back flat, and keep your chin forward. So the big challenge is to allow yourself to not force the next part. Slide your hands down the back of your legs to the lowest point. If the knees have bent, you've gone too far. Chin forward, look forward, eyes open, roll forward. First you'll feel the stretch in your legs. These look really good, everybody. Eventually you'll feel the stretch in your hips, and then eventually you'll feel the stretch in your spine. Notice your back right now. If you can flatten your back, then just by breathing normally, you create a gentle traction in your spine. And all of the spinal specialists are talking about gentle traction by getting the back flat. In our culture, you've been indoctrinated to work too hard, and then there's a curve in your spine when you work too hard. So can you notice when you're working too hard, and then learn how to be super smart? That's what I want to learn. Suck your stomach in carefully, come back up. Right foot back to the place, arms down by your side. So there's this whole concept about more is more, but then in yoga, most of the time, less of the pose done properly gives the person more benefit. So what are you here for? If you ask me, I'm like, I am here to force my body into poses. Okay, good luck storming the castle. Arms over your head, right foot step 4 feet, arms down parallel to the floor. This is the famous pose where people have their breakthroughs when they're like, you know what? I'm not forcing it. Suck your stomach in, bend down from your lower spine. One day a person comes to class and they're exhausted, or they just emotionally, or they're a Celtics fan and they can't get over it. And it's like, this is the time to get over it by not forcing the pose. By accepting your body the way it is, then you don't have to force the pose. And then you can flatten your back. I see a lot of spines are starting to curve. Can you notice that you've started to curve your spine? And then can you back out of it and get your back flat? Very good. With a flat back and breathing normally, you're doing amazing therapy for your spine. And for anybody like me with a spinal issue, it's like, just tell me where I get the spinal therapy and I can absolutely sacrifice the ego. Chin forward, look forward, eyes open, roll the body weight forward into your toes, and touch your forehead on the floor between your feet. Suck your stomach in, come back up. Right foot back to the place, arms down by your side. The riddle is the ego is what made you who you are. The ego is what got you here. And now you have to be like, ego, wait in the car. It was your idea. Feet together, arms over your head. Right foot step, 4 feet. Arms down parallel to the floor, palms facing down. Then ego's like, I'm going to wait in the car. Look forward, hips forward, fingertips back, open your chest. Right foot out to the right all the way. Bend your right knee, sit down. Bounce and bounce and bounce. Push your left hip forward, Michelle, and right knee comes back. Yeah. Hips down. Push your left hip forward. Arms back, body back, lean back. Inhale, carefully move the arms. If something is tender, bend your right elbow, leverage into your thigh. Otherwise, keep your arm extended. Look up towards the ceiling. Chin to your left shoulder. Profile of the face visible in the mirror. These are great. Stretch up. All you got to do is stretch up. Notice if your upper body starts going forward. Stretch up instead. Turn and twist your upper body back. These are really good. Left knee locked. Excellent, Leslie. Left foot flat on the floor. Inhale, come back up. Right toes in, left toes out. Right foot straight, left foot parallel. Look forward, push your hips forward. Inhale, bend your left knee, sit down. The pose might feel completely different this side. Hips down, push your right hip forward. Arms back, body back, lean back. Open your chest. Inhale, move the arms. Something is tender, bend your left elbow. Leverage into your thigh. Otherwise, keep your arms extended. Look up towards the ceiling. Chin to the right shoulder. Profile of your face, visible in the mirror. Deep breath and stretch up. Really close, Linda. Stretch up and touch the ceiling. Sit down and touch the toes. That's amazing, Kate. Turn and twist your upper body back. Keep your right knee locked. Keep your right foot flat. Inhale, come up. Arms over your head. Right foot back to the place. Arms down by your side. When the pose feels good. Not when the pose looks good, when the pose feels good. Feet together, arms over your head, right foot step, 4 feet. Arms down parallel to the floor, palms facing down. Look forward, hips forward, fingertips back, open your chest. Right foot out to the right, all the way. Trying to create a line of tension from your left armpit all the way down to the outside edge of your foot. Bounce and bounce. Sit down more. Sit down more. Make sure your left leg doesn't twist or buckle. You got to keep that line of tension. Inhale, move the arms. You feel good? Sit down and touch your toes. Focus on stretching up, and you can balance forever. Good, Kristen in the front row. Everybody push your left hip forward. Turn and twist your upper body back. Excellent, Neil. Left knee locked. Left foot flat. Inhale, come back up. Excellent, Leslie. Right toes and left toes out. They say this is the hardest pose. Right foot straight, left foot parallel. Look forward, push your hips forward. Bend your left knee, sit down. Bounce and bounce. Right hip goes down and forward. Good. Focus on the line of tension from the edge of your right foot all the way up to your armpit. Inhale, move the arms. Make sure your right leg doesn't twist. Make sure your right knee doesn't bend. Stretch up and touch the ceiling. Sit down and touch the toes. Turn and twist your upper body back. Alina, reach directly up. Right knee locked. You're kind of reaching back and at an angle. Right foot flat. Inhale, come up. It's okay. Arms over your head. Right foot back to the place. And arms down by your side. Allegedly, it's downhill here from this moment. They also said that when I turned 30, and they were wrong about that. Feet together. Arms over your head. Palms flat. Cross your thumbs. Right foot step. 3 feet. Turn and face the right side. Turn your hips 5 times. 2 hips in one line. 2 heels in one line. Your backside foot at a 45-degree angle. Exhale, breathing, and you go down. Arms and head together. Tuck your chin to your chest. Look at your stomach. Forward on your right knee. It's okay to bend your knee. Try to touch your forehead on your knee. If you can look at your belly and not judge yourself, you win. Hands on the floor beyond your toes. Keep your elbows straight. Push your hands against the floor. Push your knee with your forehead. More weight on your front leg to get your right hip stick up towards the ceiling. Push the knee. Try to lock your knee. Inhale, come back up. Very good. Turn and face the other side. Good for your glands. Turn your hips. Turn your hips. Turn your hips more than you think you should. Exhale, breathing, and you go down. It's never enough. Tuck your chin, curl in, and go down. Hands on the floor. I think, Michelle, if you bring your back foot a little bit closer to the mirror, it will be so much easier for you to line your hips. Hands on the floor. Forward on your left knee. It's okay to bend your knee. If you can look at your belly, peripheral vision is going to show you that for most of you, your left hip is significantly low. How do you fix it? Bring more weight in your front leg to get your left hip up. 2 hips in one line. Push the knee. Lock the knee. Inhale, come back up. What a challenge. Turn and face the front. Right foot back. Arms down side. Good for your human growth hormone. Feet together. Arms over your head, palms flat, cross your thumbs. Right foot step, 3 feet. Turn and face the right side of the room. Has something to do with your pituitary gland and your liver working together. Turn your hips with your backside foot. Exhale and go down, arms and head together. If you line up your hips properly, you can gently smush your liver in this pose. At the same time, throat choked, good for your thyroid. If you can touch your forehead to your knee, excellent. If not, get it closer. Still, you're energetically stimulating your pituitary gland, and more weight in your front leg. Right side hip stick up towards the ceiling. Push the knee. Try to lock your knee. Inhale, come back up. Turn and face the other side of the room. This is why people who practice yoga age more gracefully. Turn and face the left side because their liver is healthier, their pituitary gland is healthier. Turn your hips with your backside foot. Exhale and go down. This pose is also legendary for people with kidney issues. Hands on the floor, and it's supposed to be the best pose for adrenal fatigue. Hands on the floor, forehead on your knee. More weight on your front side leg to get your left side hip stick up towards the ceiling. Push the knee with your forehead. Try to lock your knee. Inhale, come back up. Turn and face the front. Right foot back to place. Arms down by your side. Okay. Tree pose. Knee issue. Be mindful. Be gentle. Don't force anything. Go back to where you started. You can use the wall or the ballet bar if you need. Grab your right foot from underneath. Your left hand. Right leg lifts all the way up. Heel touch costume. Sole of the foot facing the ceiling. If you have any difficulty, lift your knee higher. If you're able to, let your knee come down. Stretch your spine up, suck your stomach in, balance first. If it's available, right hand to the center of your chest. And if you know your foot is not going to slip, left hand up. And if your foot slips, hold the foot instead. I think this is one of the easier poses to breathe normally in balance. Imagine any pose that we do, breathing normally and balancing. Change, please. Grab your left foot from underneath with your right hand. You might need to lift your knee higher. You might need to be very gentle on this side. It might be easier. If it feels good, slowly let the knee come down. If you have difficulty, bring your knee back up. Stretch your spine up. Suck your stomach in. First, find balance. Left hand to the center of your chest. If you know the foot isn't going to slip, the other hand. But if the foot slips, hold the foot and extrapolate. You can breathe normally in this pose. You can balance in this pose. You can use this as a template. You can learn any other pose. You approach it like this. Change. Look at the floor for toe stand. Pick a spot on the floor 4 feet in front of you. Right foot up onto the middle of your thigh. Hands palms together in front of your chest. Look at the floor 4 feet in front of you. Bend from your lower spine. Some people it's very easy to bend from the hip, other people not so much. If you can get your hands on the floor, it's a simple transition. Bend your knees, sit on your heel, walk your fingertips to both sides, stretch your spine up, hips up, balance on the fingertips, focus on the floor, 4 feet in front. Squeeze the knees together, Kate. Don't let your hip drop below your knee, and then you can balance. Keep your hip above your knee. Yep. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Just take your time. Find the balance first. Maybe if you had your water bottle closer and it was structural enough, you could push like a little cane. Like a tiny little cane. Change, please. I like to use a steel flask. You can use it as a block, as a little crutch. Left foot up onto the middle of your thigh. Hands palms together in front of your chest. Nobody has to do what I say. Bend down from your lower spine. This might be really easy for you or not. You don't have to force it. You can explore it. Is it easy for you to bend at the waist? Good. So this side is so easy. Balance. Now make the balance effortless. If you lift up just a teeny fraction, see, Sherry, your hips are below your knees. Gotta lift up. Okay. If you've had enough, turn around, lie on your back and relax. Head towards the mirror, feet towards the back wall, legs straight, heels touch, feet fall open, arms close, palms face up. What stops you from healing? What prevents you from getting well really fast? What prevents you from recovering really quickly? I tell you what, it's a critical thinking mind. So this is how we get past it. Very simple exercise. Become a witness of normal breathing. This sounds so simple. Without changing your breathing, without altering your breathing, without controlling your breathing. Witness normal breath. For some people it's so simple. Some people feel very challenged by this. If you can just witness normal mechanical breathing, gets the prefrontal cortex out of the way. That's what stops you from healing. Your brainstem will heal your body so fast. It's what it's made for. The prefrontal cortex inhibits it. It tells you things like, after the kids grow up, or after this event, you can heal right now. Physically, emotionally, psychologically, why wait? Your body is absolutely amazing at healing itself. All you have to do is get the critical thinking mind out of the way. How do you do that? Witness breathing. And if you can learn how to become a witness of mechanical breathing, you could also learn the witnessing of the thought process. One of my favorite meditations is quieting the mind, is witnessing the process of thoughts. And then you can notice the space between thoughts. Wind removing. Right leg lift up, interlock fingers, grab 2 inches below your right knee, pull the right knee to the right shoulder, avoid your rib cage. Left leg straight, left calf muscle touching the floor. I think this one is really challenging. Breathing normally, but at the same time pulling as hard as possible is a very complicated calculation. You have to be so aware and present in your body. Change. Arms down, legs down. Left leg lift up, interlock fingers. If you pull as hard as humanly possible, then instinct shuts off the breath. So there's this point where you're still able to breathe, but you're pulling incredibly intelligently. This is really magnificent when you learn how to do this. Change. Arms and legs down. And both legs reach over the top. Struggle to grab the elbows. Maybe it's going to help you better knees and feet together. Maybe it's going to help you better knees and feet apart. The idea is to get your back flat. Can you notice your spine against the mat? I think it's a little bit more challenging with a rubberized floor, and then it depends on how thick your mat is. Can you even feel your spine against the mat? Change. Arms down, legs down. Legendary for all kinds of digestive issues. Right leg lift up, interlock fingers, grab 2 inches below your right knee, go around your rib cage, down to the shoulder. Chin down, neck flat, shoulder relax. Paying careful attention so that you can breathe normally and at the same time pull as hard as you possible. Change. Arms down, legs down. Left leg lift up, interlock fingers, grab 2 inches below your left knee. If you simply pull as hard as you can, you're not breathing. So how hard can you pull while still breathing normally? It's different every day. Really makes you listen to the body that you have now. Accept your body how it is now. Change. Arms and legs down. Both legs. You might know already, knees wide, feet wider, or feet closer, or feet wider and knees closer, or some people it's better knees and feet together. I'm hoping by now you have an understanding. How can you get your back as flat as possible? And then by breathing normally, you're creating a gentle traction within your spine. Change. Let everything go. You want to learn how to let things go? Practice yoga We practice letting go over and over and over. You got back pain today? You should roll over. Otherwise, feet together, heels together, flex your feet, heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs. Inhale, sit up, grab your toes. Exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor, lie on your stomach. Chin out, neck flat. Hands underneath your shoulders, very close to your chest. Top of the finger in line with top of the shoulder, a little baby finger with your deltoid. Feet together, heels together, hip and legs contraction. Look up towards the ceiling. Inhale, come up halfway, elbows in, shoulders down. Use your triceps to hold yourself in position. Look up, look back. Now here's the challenge. Breathe normally, hold it still. Breathe normally, hold it still. Hold it still and breathe normally. Beautiful. Slowly down. Left ear on the towel, look to the right. Chin out, neck flat, hands underneath your shoulders, top of the finger in line with top of the shoulder, little baby finger in line with your deltoid, feet together, heels together, hip and legs contraction. Look up towards the ceiling. Inhale and come up halfway. Elbows in, shoulders down. Use your triceps. Look up, look back. I see a lot of experienced students who are not using enough tricep. Elbows in. It's like more cowbell. I need more triceps. Elbows in. Look up, hold it, slowly down. Right ear on the towel, look to your left. The next pose is good for a lot of different things, but really famous for the carpal tunnel issue. Arms straight, palms on the floor, arms, elbows underneath your stomach, invisible. It's also really good for sciatica. It's particularly good for things like turf toe. It's a very rare injury. Left leg relax, right leg, lock your knee, point your toe. Right leg lift up from the floor. If you have turf toe, you have to be super gentle about it. Otherwise, someone is gently pulling your big toe. Lock the knee, point the toe, slowly down. Make sure your hip doesn't twist. Left leg, lock your knee, point your toe. Left leg lift up from the floor. When the spine feels the pressure, it's telling your hip to twist. Do not allow your hip to twist. Lock the knee, struggle harder, slowly down. Turn your head and mouth on the floor. Readjust your hands, elbows in closer. Spread your fingers apart. Grab the floor with your fingertips, mouth on the floor. Without bending your knees. Keep your arms straight, Leslie. There you go. It's going to hurt like hell. Without bending the knees, take a deep breath. Both legs lift up. Nobody ever has to do what I say. Mouth on the floor, both legs up. Struggle harder, don't give up. Both legs up, slowly down, arms out. Left ear on the towel, look to the right, arms down by your side. So really important, do not allow your other leg to help you with like some sort of scissor action. Do not allow the hip to roll. Your spine is telling your hip to roll, your knee to bend, your other leg to help, anything. You've got to prevent those things. It's called contortion. Contortion is like the cousin of yoga. They're very different. Arms straight, palms on the floor. Arms, elbows underneath your stomach, invisible. Spread your fingers apart, grab the floor with the fingertips. For this to be therapeutic for your forearm, you have to keep the pressure of the hip on the forearm. Left leg relax. Right leg, lock your knee, point your toe. Right leg lift up. Accept no help from the left leg. Sole of the foot facing the ceiling. Struggle harder, more up, slowly down. Opposite leg is desperate to help. Left leg. Lock the knee, point the toe. Left leg lift up from the floor. Maybe your right side is desperate to help you. It can help you by shutting off. Lock the knee, point the toe, slowly down. Turn your head and mouth on the floor. Readjust your hands, elbows in closer. Spread your fingers apart. Grab the floor with your fingertips without bending the knees. Deep breath. Both legs. Lift them up. Both legs up. Feet together. Both legs up. Struggle harder. Both legs up. Go higher. Both legs up. All the way up and slowly down. Arms out. Right around the towel. Look to your left. If you asked me earlier in the class, what can you let go of, Mr. Goldman? The answer is nothing. And at this point, it's like, fine. Fine. Goodbye, Celtics. Thank you. Nobody thought you were going to make it this far. Arms out to your side like airplane wings, hands palms flat to the floor, feet together, heels together, hip and leg muscle contraction. One solid concrete cobra tail. Look up towards the ceiling, take in a deep breath, and now everything. Arms, head, body, leg, everything lifting up from the floor. 747 taken off. Arms up, legs up, look up, lift up. Chest up, come up, go up. Arms up, arms back, fingertips in line with top of your head, hip bones, only thing touching the floor, rest of your body in the air. Chest up, come up, go up, more up. Slowly down. Left around the towel, look to the right. Maybe the Celtics were practicing yoga and they were like letting go of the ball. uh, for old people like me who watched the Celtics in the 80s, they took care of the ball. They turned it over 5 or 6 times a game. Arms out to your side like airplane wings, hands palms flat to the floor, feet together, heels together, hip and leg muscle contraction. Look up towards the ceiling, take in a deep breath, and now everything. Arms, head, body, leg, everything lifting up from the floor. 747 taken off. Arms up, legs up, look up, lift up, chest up, come up, go up. Arms up, arms back, fingertips in line with top of your head, hip bones, I think touching the floor. Rest of your body in the air, chest up, come up, go up, more up, and slowly, slowly down. Right here on the towel, look to your left. This is the perfect time of year to let go of anything you don't need. Do that whole Marie Kondo thing. Go through all your possessions. Does it spark joy? Bend your knees, hold your feet from the outside, wrists straight, point your toes. 6 inches gap between your knees and your feet. Wrists straight, point your toes. Take a deep breath, full lungs, and gently both legs kick up. Look up and kick up. Kick your legs back. Continuously keep kicking. Don't stop kicking. Roll forward, toes in the center from the side. Kick back more harder. Head up more, wrist straight, more knees in, toes pointed. Kick back more, kick harder. And slowly down. Left arm on the towel, look to the right. Arms down by your side. You can let go of material things. You can let go of emotional things. You can let go of psychological things. It's amazing. Bend your knees. Hold your feet from the outside. Wrist straight. Point your toes. 6 inches gap between your knees and your feet. You can symbolically let go of your past body and embrace the present moment, the body you have right now. Look up towards the ceiling, take in a deep breath, and gently both legs kick up. Look up and kick up. Kick your legs back. Roll forward, toes in the center. Amazing, Neil. Kick back more harder. Head up more, wrist straight, knees in, toes pointed. Kick back, kick harder. Slowly down. Right around the towel, look to your left. Today is the perfect day. Make sure you protect your skin with some sunblock. Get some vitamin D. The experts say if you have vitamin D in your system, you have calcium in your system, get some sunlight. Natural antidepressant. Hands underneath your shoulders and push up. Come up top your towel for fixed firm. Now I have clothes with sunblock built in. I'm so happy. Kneel down top of your mat. Separate your feet. Sit on the floor between your feet. Heels touch your hips, hips touch the floor. If your knees or the feet hurt, open the knees. If you're feeling any pain, stop, back off, do less. Very challenging for men's hips. Hands on the toes. Right elbow down, left elbow down, one by one. Head touches the floor, back your head, shoulder down. Whole upper body relaxed on the floor. Arms over your head, grab your elbows. Stomach and chest up towards the ceiling. Just give yourself the time you need, Joe. Might be easy for you. Nice and easy. When you've had enough, hands on your feet, use your elbows, come back up, turn around, lie on your back, relax. Healthy spleen. What would a healthier spleen provide for your body? Well, it's a really important part of your immune system. It's what helps you create fresh blood cells. Spleen is really important. There's no other yoga pose that works the spleen this way. Feet heels together, flex your feet, heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, nails sit up, exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. There's a medical device, it's called a Doppler. It measures blood flow. If we had one right now, we could do a Doppler on your spleen before the pose, and then during the pose, you would see for yourself you're cutting off some of the blood supply. Kneel down, top of your towel. Don't force this. Separate your feet, sit on the floor between your feet. Hands on your toes. Right elbow down, left elbow down. Maybe it's more like how little can you do versus how much can you do. Head touches the floor, back of your head, shoulder down, whole upper body relaxing on the floor. This might be easy for your body. Fine, enjoy it, explore it. This might be the hardest pose for you. It's just a yoga pose. Helping you understand your body better by accepting your body the way it is. Hands on your feet, use your elbows, come up. Turn around, lie on your back, relax. Feet heels together, flex your feet, heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, inhale, sit up, grab your toes, exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. Have tortoise, my favorite, kneel down the middle of your mat. Allegedly, it's the most simple pose in the entire class. No gap between your knees, no gap between your feet, no gap underneath your ankles. Arms over your head, palms flat. Cross your thumbs, stretch your arms, lock your elbows. Stomach in, squeeze your knees together and go down. Forehead on the floor, hips on your heels. Now, people have different bodies. I think there's a lot of people where knees and feet together is going to work just fine for you. Some people need to open the knees wide or the feet wide. I have to have my knees very wide. The idea is to get your back flat. If your upper body and your lower body are colliding and it's rounding your spine, you might be better off finding a position where you can flatten your back, because all of these spinal specialists, they talk about gentle traction. First get the back flat, and then gentle traction by just breathing normally, not forcing anything, but just gentle traction. That's why it's so therapeutic. That's why everybody recommends yoga. That's why this pose in particular legendary for helping you sleep. Now, if you can, squeeze your knees back together and come back up. Turn around, lie on your back, relax. I went and taught at a senior center up in Sterling, Massachusetts, and I already knew what is going to be the number one thing that they want from the class is better sleep. Guess what helps people sleep? The pose you just did. You'll know when you experience it yourself. Feet heels together, flex your feet heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, now sit up. Exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. If you have sleeping issue like I used to have, practice this pose several times a day at different times a day. Kneel down the middle of your mat, no gap between the knees and the feet. Arms over your head, palms flat, cross your thumbs. Stretch your arms, lock your elbows, exhale and go down. Forehead on the floor, hips on your heels, chin away from your chest. Is there any way you can figure out how to get your back more flat? I think for so many people, they need to open the knees. Just because that works for me, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. That's it. Take your time, explore. Yep. I think your back is almost perfectly flat right now, Kate. So without arching it, just flattening it. You're so close. I think you should be a yoga teacher in addition to the other million things you do. What you do is enough. Doesn't matter what I think. If you can, squeeze your knees together, come back up. Like moms have a lot on their plate already. Come up, turn around, lie on your back, relax. Speaking of which, we're going to start having kid fit classes again. Not this Tuesday, but starting a week from Tuesday at 9:30, and we have this lobby room now. So the moms or dads can practice Pilates in the hot room, and at the same time their kids can do kid fit out front in the lobby. It's fun. Feet heels together, flex your feet heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, nails sit up, exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. Okay. Let's move on to Camel Pose, good for pain management. Kneel down top of your mat. If your knees are tender, you can fold your mat over. Open your knees 6 inches, open your feet 6 inches, hands on the back of your hips. Look in the mirror. Take a deep breath. Push your hips forward all the way. Drop your head back as far as it goes. You're already in the pose. If you need to, stay there. If you need to do less, just stay there and breathe if you have to. And then if you're able to, go back halfway and stop. Right hand down and grab the heel, thumb outside. Left hand down and grab the heel, thumb outside. If you cannot grab the heel, it's not important. That's perfect, Leslie. Everybody take a deep breath and push your stomach, hips, thighs forward. And push, and push, and push. Now carefully, hands on your hips. Push your hips forward. Come back up. Lie on your back. Relax. This pose helps a lot of different people with emotional healing. It also helps people with physiological healing, psychological healing, and spirit healing. You're always connected with spirit. You might not have felt it, but you're always connected with spirit. Feet heels together, flex your feet heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, inhale, sit up, exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. Okay, I love this pose. Kneel down the top of your mat. This is going to help me get over my basketball issue. Stand up on your knees. They're all going to be fine. They're already on vacation. Open your knees wider. Open your feet 6 inches. They'll have generations of healthy family. Hands on the back of your hips. Push your hips forward all the way. Drop your head back as far as it goes. So maybe you stay there, or maybe you go back halfway. Right hand down and grab the heel. Left hand down and grab the heel. You can't grab the heels, it's not important. Hands on the hips is better for you. Take a deep breath. Push your stomach, hips, thighs forward, and push, and push, and push. Carefully, hands on your hips. Carefully, push your hips forward, and come back up. Lie on your back, and relax. Does anything prevent you from relaxing? Feet heels together, flex your feet, heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, inhale, sit up, exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. I have wonderful help from my brother who still to this day claims he's better than me at everything. Kneel down in the middle of your mat. He said if he did yoga, he'd be better at it. If he did relax, he'd be better at that too. Kneel down in the middle of your mat, no gap between your knees and your feet. Reach back behind and grab your heels. Pull on your heels. Tuck your chin, curl in, go down. Touch your forehead to your knees. Take some weight on your head. Don't move your head. Slow. Lift your hips up. Your neck might hurt a little bit. Throat choked. Leslie, bring your head all the way in to touch your knees. Yeah. Now easy, easy. Shoulders away from your ears. Everybody hips up more. Pull harder. Perfect. Carefully come back up. Lie on your back, relax. So I imagine when I practice yoga that my brother is right next to me and he's so still already. And he's completely relaxed already. And he's not moving or fidgeting or thinking or wiping or anything. Perfect stillness. If only my brother practiced yoga. He's had both knees replaced twice. He's had both of his hips replaced. He's had both of his shoulders replaced twice. He is in pain all the time. I'm the lucky one. Feet heels together, flex your feet heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, nails, sit up, exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. Thank you, Stuart Goldman. Kneel down, middle of your mat. Reach behind and grab your heels. Grab the heel of your foot like a French doorknob. Pull on your heels. Tuck your chin, curl in, and go down. Touch your forehead to your knees. Take some weight on your head. Nice and easy. Lift your hips up. Your neck might hurt a little bit. Throat choked. Eyes open. Breathing normal. Hips up more. Pull harder. Carefully come back up. Beautiful. Come up. Turn around. Line your back. Relax. Yoga helps with the aging process. If my brother was here, you would think he was my dad. Feet heels together, flex your feet heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, inhale, sit up, exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. Sit face forward for head to knee with stretching. Right leg out, left leg in. Left foot sole against right leg inner thigh. Arms over your head, turn to the right, grab your foot. Touch your forehead to your right knee. You can bend the knee. You might have to bend your leg a little bit or a lot. It's okay. This might be the easiest pose or the hardest one. Whatever it is, just accept your body for how it is. Push the knee with the forehead. Inhale, come back up. Left leg out, right leg in. Right foot sole against left leg inner thigh. Arms over your head, turn to your left, grab your foot, touch your forehead to your knee. It might be very simple for your body. It might be the biggest challenge. If you're having a hard time, bend your leg more, round your spine more, head in closer to your stomach, push the knee with the forehead. Inhale, come back up. Legs in front of you, lie back, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, inhale, sit up, grab your toes, exhale. 2 fingers, grab the big toes and pull hard. Look in the mirror. Walk your hips back until both knees lock, no knees. Pull on your toes. Flex your feet. Heels in the air. Keep your head up and your back flat. If you can achieve all of those things, head up, back flat, heels in the air, only then bend your elbows. Keep your head up. Keep your back flat and your heels in the air. Look into the mirror. Elbows on the floor. Eventually, that's really good, Linda. Just try to keep the back flat. Stomach in. Come back up. Line your back and relax. I have a theory, Linda. I could be completely wrong about this. Maybe with the two leg stretching, if you allowed your feet to be a little bit wider, it would enable you to keep your back more flat. And I make mistakes all the time. Oh, by the way, my daughter has a new piece of artwork. It's a burned and mangled spatula, and she's going to put a frame on it, and she's going to call it Daddy's Cooking. Feet heels together, flex your feet heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, inhale, sit up, exhale, forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. Okay. Sit face forward, right leg out, left leg in. Left foot sole against right leg inner thigh, arms over your head, turn to the right, grab your foot, touch your forehead to your knee. Maybe it's easy for you, enjoy it, explore it. Maybe it's challenging for you. Try to do less. Wherever you are, look at your belly, fall in love with yourself. You're perfect the way you are. You don't have to be some ideal magazine cover. Inhale, come back up. Apparently, the people on the magazine covers are the most screwed up at all. Left leg out, right leg in. Arms over your head, turn to your left, grab your foot. Touch your forehead to your knee. Maybe it's easy for you, enjoy it. Maybe it's difficult from you, be gentle, learn from it, it's okay. You're just working with the body that you have today. I guarantee you it's different than the body you used to have. Inhale, come back up. Legs in front of you, lie back. Arms over your head, cross your thumbs. Inhale quickly, sit up. Grab your toes, exhale. Forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. 2 fingers grab the big toes, pull hard. Look in the mirror. Walk your hips back until both knees lock. Flex your feet, heels in the air. 3 prerequisites. Head up, heels in the air, back flat. Bend your elbows. Looks good, Leslie. If it feels right, that's what's important. Keep your head up. Keep your chin forward. Keep your back flat. Keep your heels in the air. Eventually, you're looking into the mirror between your toes. Stomach in. Come back up. Lie on your back. Relax. Our 6 o'clock in the morning classes have become really popular. We're averaging like a dozen or more people. We now have like 3 different types of the booty yoga. It's fun. If you haven't tried it, it's included in your membership. Feet heels together. Flex your feet. Heels on the floor. Arms over your head. Cross your thumbs. Nails sit up. Exhale. Forward to the knee. Elbow to the floor. Quarter turn to the right for spinal twist. If you're having a lower body issue today, make your bottom leg, in this one it's the left one, make that extended. Otherwise, bend your left knee. Bring your right heel over your left knee corner, 2 hips flat, spine straight. Please do not sit on your foot. Left arm over the top, elbow against the knee. If you have difficulty, hug your knee. Right hand on the floor at the base of your spine. Chest up, spine up, ribcage open, look behind you, look over your right shoulder, look way back, chin over your right shoulder, twist your body right side all the way. Look over your shoulder and twist, and twist, and twist, and change. You can have your right leg extended in front of you, or you can bend your right leg. Left heel over the right knee corner, 2 hips flat, spine straight. Right arm over the top, elbow against the knee. Push the knee towards the mirror with the elbow. Left hand on the floor at the base of your spine. Chest up, spine up, ribcage open, look behind you, look over your left shoulder, look way back, chin over your left shoulder, twist your body left side all the way. Look over your left shoulder, and twist, and twist, and twist. Change. Lay on your back and relax. Feet heels together, flex your feet, heels on the floor, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, nails sit up, grab your toes, exhale forward to the knee, elbow to the floor. Kneel down in the middle of your mat. Hands on your knees, chest up, spine straight, shoulders relaxed. Look towards your belly. Eyes closed, mouth closed. It's like blowing out a candle with the mouth closed. If you get dizzy, you're cramping, you're doing really good. Hands on your knees, chest up, spine straight, look towards your belly, eyes closed, mouth closed. Prepare. Begin. For so many people with asthma, if they practice yoga on a regular basis, the symptoms of asthma are so much less. Hands on your knees, chest up, spine straight. Look towards your belly, eyes closed, mouth closed. Prepare. Begin. It'd be really kind if you spend a moment acknowledging people around you, a smile, a polite wave, a thumbs up, some sign of respect. It means so much. Lie on your back, close your eyes. I'll give you this concept of just becoming aware of the breathing. It's really simple. If you can become aware of breathing and not control it, this would be a huge step in a quieting the mind meditation. And just to give you a really quick synopsis, the first idea is to just become aware of the mechanical breathing without altering it. Just let it be and notice, follow like a sine wave your breath. And now just extrapolating this to the thought process. And in this practice, you allow a thought to enter your mind and you think about it for a moment and then you ask it to go away. And you might need to do this a few times. You allow a thought to enter your mind, you consider it for a moment, and then you ask it to go away. And by practicing this, you can start to become aware of the space between the thoughts. And in that space there is serenity, happiness, contentment, tranquility, tension-free relaxation happens when there's no thinking. If a thought should enter your mind, notice it, ask it to go away. And if there are no thoughts, notice the peace, tranquility, tension-free relaxation.